Paul wakes, startled again. What time is it? Probably the middle of the night. He's sleeping down there. There's a cold feeling in your gut. It's in these bleary moments just after you wake up that the feelings are the strongest. You gaze down to the sleeping man down there, and yes, there is this slight reddish shimmer around him as he turns in his sleep, but that's not what woke you up. There's something outside the door.
I shiver. My first instinct is to pull the little sheet harder around me like a child. I feel my free hand is looking for something under the pillow that isn't there. And then I swing my legs over the side of the bed, my gaze intently fixed on the door.
It's only slightly ajar, like all hatches in the jail. It's been torn back and forth in attempts to look out, and it's possible. But it's not sight. It's the chill in the gut.
I try to feel it, try to listen to that strange chill. I've always had a good gut feeling. What is it trying to tell me?
Moving. It's moving slowly. Ever so slowly. Yes. That cold, collected amalgamation of feeling moves slightly along the insides of your body, seemingly tracking the fear.
I feel like I have it's like a compass needle, almost.
Yes.
I step down from the bed, try to connect with the ground, try to connect with other sensations under my feet.
You're on your hands and legs, feeling the ground. It's low. It's stronger down here. It must be crouched. And it's close. No more than maybe 20 feet away. Through that thick, reinforced concrete and granite wall.
Ignoring the strange glow that seemed to come from something beside me, from my cellmate. It's almost as if in a dream you know that something is important and something isn't, when everything is just strange. I find myself pushed to the floor, crawling myself towards the door. Feel the ache as my fingers bend and my finely trimmed nails that have been biting are turning on themselves. Move towards the door.
In the thin slit just above your head, you can see the light shift. Something dark passed in front of here. Boom. It's now right in front of you. What if it senses you? What if it has the same kind of gut?
I look around, now suddenly so close to the danger and not having found any kind of weapon. Somehow that didn't make sense, and what the hell, I don't have anything. We're not supposed to have anything.
If it stops, it knows you're there.
I try to reach. I try to feel inwards. Is it? What do I feel as it's now so close? Am I being drawn towards it? Am I being pushed away? Or is it just some sort of awareness?
It is there. And it's cold and patient. Calm. On the job. Empty.
Getting the sudden feeling as if I'm being targeted by a hitman, as if someone was standing on the other side of the door with a gun. I stand back against the wall of the door and I try to be still as I can, waiting, being ready. Something, somehow, would come through this door. How could it? But why would it be there if it couldn't? What does it want? Who is it and why am I feeling it?
And then the shifting in your gut tells you it's moving away.
Wait. I move back to the door.
It continues further away. The fear grows calmer. You look outside the little crack. Is a awareness, intelligence is what is called for.
2
successes.
Yes.
What's that? As it passes under the light fixtures on the wall, emitting their pale fluorescent light. That light dims slightly, ever so slightly. The crack is so small, you can move your head to track it for a bit. It moves, it seems, slowly along the edge of the landing around, stopping cell by cell. Then you hear it.
The coffee though, that I could not understand. Okay, what is it? 364? Is that? I got it ready. Yeah, you see? Yes.
2 screws coming out on the landing. The light under a cell on the opposite side of the landing slightly darkens. They come along from the left side into the little vision crack. It's handlebars and a really tall, bald guy you haven't seen before. They knock on a cell.
B213? B213? RB, open up! Open up!
There's a slight wait, and then the door opens, and a large, quite corpulent guy comes out with the hands on his head but yawning. One of the screws takes him over the shoulder and pushes him forward a little bit, and they start moving down the hall. The cell door is open for a few seconds more. The light brightens. The tall screw closes the door and locks it, and they move away. and the feeling in the gut is almost entirely gone. But it's faint over there. But now it's still.
Do I know who else is in that cell?
That's a pretty famous cell. That's the shop. That's where Xabier has his shop. He's managed to collect away tons of things from the catalog, saving up and getting money from God knows where. And for favors you can get stuff there.
Isn't he sharing it with someone?
He's got a solo cell. That's how we can run the operation.
Well, I suppose you must have a deal with anyone you can have a deal with in this place.
Yeah, or he just managed to fake some sort of reason for him to be alone. It's possible, but hard.
Maybe that's the reason they're taking him away. Maybe not. I try to get an idea now. Did the shadow that I see, did it stop differently in any of the doors, or did they just go door by door by door and then found something?
It's hard to know, but the rhythm of the light shifts seemed to be regular until the screws came in.
Making a lot of mental notes about the new bald person, about Xabier. And I look slowly back to the bed where a songbird is sleeping. Rodney, is there still a glow there?
There's the faintest glow of orange, turning slightly into green as he jolts in the bed. He's dreaming. And then it's gone, then it's gone, then it's gone.
I'm moving up to him, looking where it was. I rub my eyes for a bit and lean back against the wall, looking again at the door, searching for the feeling that's now disappearing. I need to take everything at face value right now. What was it Francis said? He told me about the blood that I'd been given. I wonder if that's connected to that person. Whatever moved.
While it waits, Francis is in a new place. Well, at least externally. Internally he is just as worn out and broken and frustrated to the limits of his disciplined mind. The nice cell is smaller, about half the size, and it does have a better toilet. It does have a slightly better bed, but apart from that, there's nothing to differentiate it from another cell. Closer to the medical wing, yes, in fact, in the medical wing. And one major benefit: you can see outside. And through the corridor you can see the door into the medical storage room and the door into the clinic itself. If they were open, they could be observed from here. The glass is thick with metal wires. molded into the middle of it. Unbreakable. Your head is not where it should be. 5 pills have been shoved into you and forced down your throat before you were thrown in here, and that's the extent of the psychological care you have gotten so far. And he kicked in hours ago. It's hard to stay awake. It's hard to feel your tongue, but on the other hand, you feel like you could think or consider anything. Like your values and your choices is blurry, gooey, negotiable. There you are, on the bed, in a hospital gown. Your ordinary clothes have been taken from you.
It's all very demeaning, I suppose, but I don't know. Maybe it's not so bad. Now that I've had the... What did they give me? I know what they gave me. I am a doctor, you know. What did they give me, do I think?
Yeah, you think that they gave you some heavy benzodrines. Heavy benzo.
Of course they did. All incompetent. You wouldn't give that to someone in my condition. No one here knows anything about anything. Utterly useless. Idiots. Morons. Well, I'd fire them. I would. But yes, it's quiet though in here, isn't it? The hobgoblin isn't here. The little rodent, he's not here. So maybe I should just sleep. Maybe I should just sleep. Can I sleep? Maybe I can't. Maybe I'm too awake.
It's difficult to tell.
Yes, I'm looking out the window. No, not the window to the outside. The window on the inside. I mean the door. The door. Yes, the door. There's the place. I think the woman had a great idea. Unless, of course, she didn't have a great idea. Maybe, actually, she's in on the whole thing. That would be a laugh, wouldn't it, if Miss Axis Mundi, maybe she's a blank body. Maybe it's all a big conspiracy. Or a joke. Joke on me, yes. Still, I'm going to look out that window. Maybe I can see something. Can I see something out the window?
Yeah, the corridor is there. It's, about maybe 30-40 feet long, with 4 doors on it.
Yes, it's as I thought. You see, her plan was brilliant, except that I can't just leave the cell. I'm stuck in here, so I can't really do anything, and they're probably just going to keep pumping me with the substance. And yes, and maybe then the blank body will come and silence me. That's probably going to happen. I feel oddly calm about it, though. Oddly calm. After all, I'm right. I know I'm right. The blank bodies use the prisoners. They use their blood, and they use that to drink. And now they're killing the prisoners because they're looking for us. Maybe they won't find me here. Or maybe they will. Maybe they'll find Paul. I just sort of lie back in the bed. My thoughts very calm now, but at the same time very fluid.
It's hard to know whether you are actually talking or it's only your thoughts, and it's hard to know whether you're... There's a sudden shift of perspective, quite violent, and you feel a strange sensation in the back of your head. Your leg is at a strange angle. You must have fallen over.
No, that won't do. I try and try and just lie on the ground or the ceiling or wherever I am. I just want to lie down. Just lie down.
Lie down and slowly drift to sleep. There's butterflies outside the window.
Yeah, butterflies. Disgusting insects.
There's like the light is changing and up there it's not butterflies. It's somebody must be moving outside outside in the hallway.
I scramble up. I want to see.
You try to scramble up. It's not as easy as you thought. You are, quite frankly, impaired at this stage. This means that all of your attempts at doing anything are 2 dice down. That is the price of your drained willpower. And on top of that, there's the drugs. So this seemingly trivial maneuver is actually a test for your stamina plus. What do you think?
If we're going to go with an attribute and a skill, it probably would be something like athletics, really.
Yes, it should be. What's in your muscle memory, basically? Let's see.
No successes.
If you only use your feet to crawl up the wall, you're sure to flip and stand on your hands. And on your hands, you drift to sleep, lying there on the ground, on the cold stone floor, as something sinister happens out there and there's nothing you can do about it.
As I drift to sleep, the only thing I'm muttering is, Richards, get over the fence. Richards, why you're in a wheelchair? You should get over. Why are you climbing a fence? Bloody Richards. Bloody Richards.
Weeks later. So listen up. Today we do our first visit to this here fine HMP. Yes, today we're going into Leeds jail and we will put into practice in exercises what we have trained for the last 4.5 weeks. So, are you ready, class? Alice, you're there in the bus with the rest. The morning briefing was held in the usual location, and now you're going back with the bus to go where you were actually from. So you're returning back to the jail, but this time you're in a trainee's uniform. There's equipment lying in the middle of the bus, there's shields you have been training with, there's some protective gear, a fire extinguisher that's there as well. Your trainer swears by it as a backup weapon. You're no more than maybe 10 minutes away from the jail. Besides you sits your now closest classmate, Hannah de Gasso, the ex-footballer of Leeds United Junior League, now going for a National Women's League with Harry B, the boyfriend who's working as a screw.
Yeah. I have been strangely tense since the will you serve thing, on edge all waking hours, just, oh god, this person knows where I live, where I sleep, probably knows about Sarah as well, so I'm thinking, should I move? Will they watch me if I move as well? How do I explain it to Sarah? And in the end, I just end up doing nothing, because this person could have killed me and killed Sarah or exposed me or whatever, but they haven't done that yet, so they might want something from me or need something from me. Until I know that, I will just stay put. So I'm doing my classes, but I'm tense, so tense. And I started to feed differently, to kind of have somewhere where I can ease up that tension. Going out, picking someone that is maybe looking for a fight or just looking for it. And it's a bit disturbing, but it is what it is. Anything to remove tension, right?
Yeah, and the boredom.
Yeah, fuck.
Not that the days in the training yard are not okay, because they are. You're physically more fit than you've been in a long time. It feels like exerting the body, even though it feels a bit strange and different. That part feels good. Maybe that carries over into the feeding.
Yeah.
Who knows about these things? But the others, they have been looking to you as, a kind of a bit of a second teacher when it comes to the physical classes, at least. And also, it's also been hard hiding your police experience, because of course that comes into play a lot. What tactic have you used to bamboozle or not bamboozle, your other fellow students?
I think maybe I have some kind of story of going almost through the whole police academy education, and after that working as a security guard or something. Also maybe training and like having an interest in these kind of things outside work. But as I'm trying to picture myself as a failed cop, basically, that ended up in the correctional system as like a way to use that knowledge.
Yeah, that only adds to your utility to them, and through that, of course, their friendly attitudes. But of all of them, the one that feels most genuine is Hannah, easily. She's not in it to, pump you for experience or look good beside you when you excel at, in the fighting and restraint exercises and so on. She just seems to like to have a laugh with you, and I think you've been going out for a few beers after work. If a normal life is what you're trying to feign, after all, that would be a part of it.
Yeah.
Is that possible?
Yeah, it is. It's also nice to be doing that, to have that kind of normality. But I'm also trying to fix things with Sarah, because I scared her and I didn't want to.
Yeah, and you know what? Hannah's been good with Sarah.
Oh, thank God.
Also, and been able to take that load off. She doesn't live super far away from you, so that's actually been a relief. And she's closer to Sarah's age, being 23, and she's a ray of light. But there are some things. She has a lot of money, and she says that it's her boyfriend who's giving it to her. Her boyfriend, the prison guard. And she's always saying how much she's looking forward to working in the prison, and how good it's going to be, and how they're going to get a house.
Either he is part of some kind of smuggling deal where he gets the money, or... yeah, it's probably that. No prison guard makes that amount of money without being crooked somehow. But I say nothing. I just nods and smiles, because that is a good asset to have. I don't give a fuck if he is dirty or not. I just wanna get in and have access to the prison.
Yeah, she's on her Motorola messaging him as you drive in through the big main gates. These are the same gates that you snuck past, shrouded into nothingness. One of the first nights you ever went in here. And well, now you're rolling in officially. Stepping in through that door where you spent those critical minutes. Minutes that cost your friend a lot of pain. Now you're pushing right past the turnstile and into a long, oppressive, arched, steel-ceiling Gothic corridor that seems to move on forever. On the left-hand side there's a big green arch door above which there's a small sign saying Med Unit. And to greet you inside is handlebars, and you realize with a shiver, Mom. Hello, welcome. Hello very much. Hello, welcome. It's going to be good having you here. Hello, hey everybody. I hope I didn't do too much for hurt you. Or sorry. Yes, quite so. Yes, you are Wednesday's group of trainees, and you are very much welcome here. Yes, we will give you a tour, and then you will accompany and assist us on a number of house calls that we intend to make during the day. You may divide into two groups. Yes, you go with Nila. The rest of you are with me. You are with Nila, as is Hannah.
I stay close to Hannah and don't look at Nila that much. I'm still... Oh god. What does it mean? How... Oh, fuck. Should I approach her? No. I don't know. I just try to focus on doing what we came here for, and also looking out after Paul or Francis.
So yes, first visit we are going to make here. We see here the med unit. So if you will just step inside here with me, and I will show you around a little bit. She shows you inside the med unit, the beds, the comfy cells, and then she moves forward to one of the cells. Yes, we have two patients who are in distress, and we put them in here. And today I would like you to assist with giving medication to one of these. And yes, so yes, you can pick. You can look through the windows, and you can pick. No, wait. No. Yes, go ahead. She looks at the little clipboard where she has the instructions, looking slightly confused.
Can I see them?
Yeah, you can see them. The doors are side by side. There's 4 of them, of these comfy cells. 2 of them are in this corridor, and 2 of them are around the corner. There are glass windows that you can see inside, probably to prevent self-harm or so on, so you can easily see at all times. Also, maybe to make it a bit more comfortable for them. There are modern doorbells with speaking units on the sides of the comfy cells.
I go and look at them to see.
Yeah, one of them, there's a small guy. He's pacing back and forth, wearing what looks like scrubs, some sort of medical, some sort of clinic clothes. He's spitting and swearing. It's, a right bloke. The other one, it's Francis.
Fuck. That one. I point at Francis. I can take this one.
Yes, very good. I will leave you now to the nurse who will assist you. Now I will wait outside. This is easy. So call me if anything goes wrong, and I will give you terrible marks. Good luck. No problem. Gabrielle, you're here. Everything will be fine.
Yeah, sure.
She goes outside and shuts the door.
I doesn't let go of Francis with my gaze, waiting for instructions, trying to think. How does he look? What is he doing here?
How do you look, Francis?
Well, what's occurred over the last 2 weeks in regard to my treatment?
You have been kept on a steady benzo diet for 2 weeks now. And that's more or less it. You have been around the medical facility a little bit because sometimes they take you out to examine you and so on. But it's hard to get anything done. So far you've failed to glean much information except confirming that thing, your suspicion. It was real. They have so much blood, so much. And when they get the medicals, sometimes you see it through the door. Sometimes you can even make out names. Some of them are in your head, but they slip away so easily. It's 2 weeks on benzo, and there's Gabrielle.
Yes. The effects of being on that medication, I imagine my mind hasn't really been able to focus very well.
Not particularly. But if sometimes you're convinced, you have some brilliant insight, but then it's gone, and it's sometimes very hard to keep impulse in check. Your impulse control is extremely bad, but you're calm and you really don't give a fuck. That's the basic thing. You don't give a fuck about anything. You don't want anything. You don't need anything. It's just fine and sort of cloudy and muddy.
Then, yes, I, compared to how you've seen me before, am a mess, completely disheveled. At this point, at least a beard, 3 weeks growing, muttering to myself as I just lie on the bed.
I think I look exactly the same as I always done, but not dressed in my regular jeans and leather jacket, but in a trainee screw uniform. But I look at you worried and very quickly try to hide my worry behind a blank face. I'm not the best liar, but I have years of experience of kind of keeping a straight face in front of perps and suspects or witnesses, so I kind of slip into that mask. But I don't stop looking. I'm just waiting for the allowance to get in. Trying to think.
Hannah pokes you in the side. So, shall we go look for the meds then? To feed them some. Maybe have a little wee taste ourselves. The door to the main clinic is ajar, and you hear a noise inside, and out comes quite a tall guy, blonde hair and a mop on his head, big round glasses. One of the glasses rims are fixed with tape. It's like, oh, hello, and here for you. Yes, here are the journals. Normally, you could be called upon to do this if none of us are on duty. So here are the journals. Look, and here is the medical cabinet. So pick out what they need, and then you will go inside and you will feed it to them. Here are the keys.
Okay.
And you get a key each. Hannah looks up to you and smiles like, can we make recommendations for medication? No, you cannot. You can only give them what is written down there exactly and precisely, and that is prescribed by the jail doctor. All right, which is me at the current moment. Yes.
Yeah.
Hi, by the way, I'm Nigel. Pleased to meet you. Hi.
Hi, Nigel. I look at Hannah and I say, if you pick out the medicine and look in the journal, I will go in and kind of see if he's calm and if he's ready, if it's going to be trouble. All right?
Oh, that sounds good. Leave the candy picking to me. And she goes, this way?
Yeah.
She and Nigel starts moving to the medical cabinet. Her bright, cheerful voice and his deep rumbling suggest they're starting to get on in a conversation. Maybe there's flirt there?
Jesus Christ. I go back to the cell and see, can I just go in there?
Yeah, you have the key in your hand.
Then I do that. I open the door and then I close it behind me. And I mean, there is a window so she can just knock. So I stay professional, but I look at him and... Francis? Francis?
Yes, what? What is it? What do you want? There's a time for the benzo. Bloody poison.
Jesus Christ.
You know, they give people benzo to make them quiet. That's what they do. It doesn't do anything.
I wanna go to him and slap some fucking sense into him, but I can't, so I take a breath and I'm like, Francis, It's me. It's me. Look at me.
You have listened to an episode of Red Moon Roleplaying, where we played the third season of the chronicle No Man is an Island for Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition. Our storyteller was Martin Ericsson, and we were also joined by Anna-Karin Linder and Freja Gyldenstrøm. The music was created by Lola Zaza, and the sound effects are from the fine folks at freesound.org, zapsplat.com, and Syrinscape. We would like to give massive thanks to our champions of the Red Moon, Martin Heuschober, Nastasia Raulerson, Simon Cooper, David, Julia, Camilla, Ludwig Manford, Bob Lange, Julián, Cameron, Ryan F., and Xabier for their generous support. And we would of course also like to thank all of our other patrons. Without your support, the show would not be possible. If you want to support our work, please check us out on Patreon. You can get access to bonus campaigns for Cult of Divinity Lost and Coriolis there, as well as get early and raw access to all of our recordings. You can also hear your name read on the show as a champion of the Red Moon, as well as play Cult with us. Most importantly, that support is what keeps the show going, so do check us out there. And remember, death is not the end.